Assalamualaikum to the YouTube subscribers of Fanzuruu. Welcome to the first ever live session of Fanzuruu in the blessed month of Ramadan. All right, so here we are to know more about Puasa Overseas, fasting overseas. Ever wondered how fasting looks like in overseas countries? What would you like to find out more? So to find out more, we have Singaporean students with us to tell us more about the experience in fasting in abroad lah. Okay, so without further ado, let's invite them and let's welcome them. Assalamualaikum guys. Assalamualaikum guys.
Salam.
Okay. Oh ni ada 5 sekarang lagi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. We have from Madinah, we have from Kuwait, we have from Malaysia and Jordan. Wow, mashallah. These are all the 4 countries 4 in 1. 5 in 1 actually, Singapore. So, yeah. So the audience wanted to know more about how fasting looks like in abroad countries. So actually I curious at this timing, do you break your fast? Because Singapore we already break our fast
Not yet.
Not yet.
Saya lagi 1 jam.
Belum lagi. Kuat
2 jam.
Lagi 2 jam.
Lagi 2 jam.
I'm similar to Madinah.
Malaysia save lah, Malaysia. Diana dah. Okay.
Dah buka dah.
Okay. So before we start off with the first question, maybe you can intro yourself a bit. From which school you are and what's your current studies lah. Let's start off with Fidaus.
Boleh. Okay, bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shabi, I change. I Malay and English
Boleh. Can.
Okay. So my name is Firdaus. I'm currently in the Islamic University of Madinah. Happy to be with you all here. And just a heads up, like whatever I'm sharing, inshallah, will be like based on my personal experience as a student in Madinah and not representing all students in Madinah. So like just my personal experience studying in Madinah, inshallah.
So, what about Amatullah?
Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Amatullah and I'm currently a third year student at Queen's University. Yes.
I see. Umayyah?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Umair bin Muhammad Iskandar. I'm currently studying in University of Jordan. I'm in my 4th year, studying Islamic theology, Sharia Islamic theology.
Diana?
Assalamualaikum. My name is Diana. I'm currently studying in the International Islamic University of Malaysia. Currently in my 3rd year and studying psychology.
Okay, so thank you for the intro. What a wonderful intro. Dahsyat semua, masya-Allah semua kira tengah ambil degree lah, kan betul kan? Okay, masya-Allah. So I also taking degree. My degree is 107 degree. My spectacle. Yeah. sorry, lame jokes. Okay, so some might ask, especially from the audience, they say that they see like some people from abroad, they break fast with yogurt, bread and dates. But what I see, usually they break fast usually in Arab countries. So is it true that this staple food you break this food you break fast in like Arab countries? For these questions for Madinah, Fidaus and Umayyah. Yeah, is it true? You guys always like
Amatullah pun Arab country tak salah.
Yeah, Amatullah. Sorry. Sorry.
Saya memang tengok-tengok mana gila nama dia nak keluar.
Yeah. So is it true? Like, is this like your staple food? Nak kena wajib kena makan ke? Nak kena break food?
Aduh. Dia, can I go first?
Oh yeah, proceed.
Dia kalau macam usually dekat Masjid Nabawi lah, they will do this lah. So they will have like yogurt and then ada macam roti and kurma dengan teh. Tapi tu kira macam dia punya basic buka puasa lah. Tu if you go to like the masjid and such, kira macam very simple for people.
So kira tu untuk breakfast lah. So lepas tu boleh makan nasi mandi lah.
Tapi kalau saya selalu buka kat bilik lah. Jadi tak ada tu semua.
Okay. So Amatullah?
Same here for me. I always breakfast in my bilik kat dorm. So usually it would be buka puasa biasa lah, like
Pernah
dates.
try nasi mandi tak?
Nasi mandi Kalau dekat Kuwait, we have a similar one. It's called majbous. So it's like, majbous yes, but nasi mandi in Kuwait, no. Yeah.
Okay. Ni kan macam kalau ada comparison nak tahu mana sedap, Madinah ke Kuwait ataupun Jordan. Jordan ada nasi mandi tak? Umay?
Ada.
Ada. So breakfast with roti, bread and yogurt or nasi mandi?
Usually breakfast nasi lah.
Nasi
Yeah.
Kasih
kenyang sikit.
Like what if Masjid Nabawi they provide breakfast, right? What if like the masjid in Jordan and Kuwait, did they provide any iftar?
I think they provide korma and water.
For Amatullah, did they provide any breakfast in the masjid?
For me, I haven't broke my fast before in masjid. Usually it's just in my dorm, so I cannot say.
Okay.
But yeah.
Alright, it's okay. Thank you for the insights. It's wonderful. Say, what about Diana? So how do you breakfast? What's your staple food? I would say rice.
Yes. Usually we eat nasi. But then there's a variety as well because it's Malaysia, so there's like a lot of food and plus it's halal, right? So depends. Sometimes Western food juga, or there's halal Chinese beef noodles as well.
Wah,
So there's a range.
dahsyat lah. Ini lagi dahsyat daripada country Arab. This one, if you miss Singaporean food, right? Malaysia is a good place to go lah. I mean, like there's places that is quite similar with Singapore. So my next question is actually, do you miss Singaporean food during the fasting month? For all of you lah. This question for all of you. So anyone can start lah. So whoever want to start.
Umay dah menghayal-hayal tu.
Oh, wait.
Dia dah dreaming.
Wait. Sorry. Because you guys haven't break your fast, right? Alamak, sorry guys. But never mind. So later you just think about it lah, what to break fast. Yeah. So Fidos, what do you miss any Singaporean food?
Banyak juga lah. Tapi ada bawa rempah juga. Cuma kadang-kadang macam nak masak perlukan usaha sedikit. Jadi keberangkalian macam malas lah. For me, I don't miss Singaporean food. I only miss bila macam orang letak kat Insta story. So macam sekarang Malaysia bazar dah buka kan, nanti tu dah makanan Malaysia. Tapi approximately sama lah, nanti macam nampak makanan bazar baru macam pembalik, baru macam nak start rindu semua.
Itulah. Actually, honestly, I've been to Arab country before. But when I'm Singapore, I miss the Arab country punya makanan. Like nasi mandi lah, all the things that's spicy. So macam gitu lah kan. So okay lah. What about Amatullah? You miss any Singaporean foods?
I think I'm quite similar to Firdaus. I don't miss any Singaporean food per se, but if there's like any dish that I do miss from time to time is my mom's sambal tumis udang.
Wow.
Yeah, that
So
one
do you
because it's
tapau, go to Arab country, study abroad doa. Dia tapau ah.
Macam nak tapau
tak tahu, I mean like
by the
they
time
check
basi.
baggage Oh dah basi. Mana tahu boleh shipping lah. No, I don't know lah how. But actually right, come to think of it right. So pasal sadang udang sambal you cook yourself or I mean you can cook udang sambal yourself to reminisce the food, dia punya makanan dia.
I think sama macam what Firdaus said, right? It's a bit tedious lah. Kadang with school and stuff, sambal tumis udang kena like rebus cili kering, lepas tu kena tumis and stuff like that. So
it's a bit tedious. Dia dah tahu nak buat. Okay, I see.
Yes, tahu.
Later part for the question, later I ask you again.
Alright, inshallah.
Okay. So Umay, any Singaporean food you miss?
Singaporean food? Actually no, but because currently I'm trying to learn to cook some dishes.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Before we get to that, hold on to that.
Hold on to that?
Yeah, hold on to that. And there will be another question. Okay, Diana, any Singaporean food? because Malaysia and Singapore quite similar, but is there
Yeah, I
any
think it's quite similar. For now, no, nothing that
home
I've
cooking food
missed.
you
Okay,
macam,
home cook, yes. Like my mom's cooking, of course.
okay,
Yeah.
I see. So your like what's your mom's cooking? Like your favorite mom's cooking in Singapore?
I think my favorite could be like soup tulang and then
Oh,
ayam
soup
masak
tulang.
merah and then her biryani also is nice.
Sorry to those who ever break your fast.
Uh, yeah.
Masya Allah. Oh, yeah. Oh, ayam masak merah. Best. Oh, there's a question ah. They're not question, actually comments. Apa Malik ah? Oh, Masya Allah, ada Apa Malik. Oh, Masya Allah, Ustaz Fidos. Oh, Ustaz Fidos. Ada orang kata Ustaz Fidos biliknya cantik dan gemas. Ada juga yang suka tempeh, Masya Allah tempeh, dan juga Masya Allah Apa Malik. Ni dah makin lapar ni. Okay lah, actually before that we touch on the food again. Actually, I just want to know how long have you been study abroad? Let's start from Diana. How long have you study abroad? Like currently, right now berapa tahun?
Currently I'm year 3 sem 2. So abroad could say like a year plus about the 2 years it's online.
Oh,
So
okay.
kalau physical maybe like currently going to 2 years gitu. Yeah, ke 1 year.
So is it a macam a hassle like inconvenience because due to Malaysian timing and Singapore timing? So for the online, is it
Oh no.
not?
For online, yeah, it wasn't an issue. Yeah, because there's no time difference. It's the same. Yeah.
So Diana, you from which area of Malaysia? From which country in
I'm
Malaysia?
at KL, but then
Oh,
so on the outskirts, which is Gombak. So Gombak
oh.
area. Yeah, which is near the toll for Geylang pula.
Huh? Yelah. Oh, dia the Woodlands. Is it? Aduh, Geylang mana? Uh, is it because
Genting,
the
Genting.
Genting? Oh, okay, I see.
Sorry, heart attack. Yeah.
It's okay. Just a next question. Have you gone to the bazaar in KL?
Bazaar belum, sadly.
Belum, alah.
Yeah,
Pasal
but my
you
friends
kata pasal
have.
Geylang.
Yes. Betul. But yeah, I haven't gone to the bazaar yet. But inshallah tomorrow, yeah, planning to.
Okay, InsyaAllah. Later give me review lah how the Chef Aman Nasi Madi is.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one. Okay.
I've listened to like heard reviews but I haven't gone
Faham.
to KL yet. I see. Okay, so how long, Umay, have you been studying abroad?
I think about 3 years because my third year it was online back in Singapore. Yeah.
Oh, so kira 3 tahun abroad?
Yeah. Ni
Oh,
is
3 tahun.
my third year abroad.
Yeah, oh,
Kira kan
okay.
after 2 years, yeah, then I'm going back to Singapore.
Yeah. Got bazaar or not at Jordan?
Bazaar.
Semalam ada bazar Malaysia kan? Ya, aku
Serius ah? Ada bazaar Malaysia?
tak tahu nampak kat budak Jordan yang story macam bazar-bazar daripada Malaysia.
Dia tak macam lively macam makanan kat tepi jalan semua. Tak macam tu lah.
Oh, I see.
Tapi dia ada lampu-lampu lah.
Oh, lampu-lampu? Kira lampu laklip lah.
Lampu-laklip semua.
Sekejap Ustaz Umay. Ada orang tanya lah. Dia cakap Ustaz Umay senyum Jack. Dah belajar belum? Ada satu lagi. Ustaz Fidaus lah. Ustaz Fidaus pernah masakkan saya ayam masak merah. Oh, betul ke? Betul ke Ustaz Fidaus? Fidaus. Betul.
Saya rasa saya masakkan orang lain bukan dia.
Oh, bukan dia.
Tak apalah. Saya pernah masak ayam masak merah tapi bukan kat Madinah, kat Jordan. Salah negara.
Okay. Boleh masakkan kita pula dengan asam merah. So Amatullah, how long have you study abroad?
So in Kuwait, this is I think my 8th year in Kuwait actually. I've been in Kuwait for 8 years already, yeah. Because I've been here from high school. So after Sec 1, I went to Kuwait. And then I spent about 4 or 5 years in high school and then graduated then baru masuk uni lah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a wonderful experience. Tell me more. So is it your parents work here, like in Kuwait, or is it you live
Uh,
like
no.
somewhere?
I was alhamdulillah offered a scholarship when I was in secondary
Oh,
one.
mashallah.
So yeah. Mostly all the Kuwait students, the Singaporean students that study in Kuwait, they are under scholarship lah. Yes,
Oh, wow, mashallah.
from
Just a
high
curious
school.
question. Just a curious question. Have you
Yes.
met Sheikh Mishari in Kuwait?
Oh, Chef Mishari, no, I haven't.
No, I
Yesterday,
haven't.
actually, I
Okay.
went to his masjid, the masjid
The
that he
masjid.
usually, he's imam, but unfortunately wasn't able to experience being a makmum with
Can exchange
Mishari.
number or not? Okay, don't Sheikh Mishari with me. Like,
I try for you, I try.
I mean, no. Tell the Sheikh. Tell him like follow IG Fanzuruu or follow
Boleh,
me.
insyaAllah. I will promote Fanzuruu,
DM.
insyaAllah.
Yeah. Don't
Boleh,
need
boleh.
number. Little number. Okay,
InsyaAllah.
so Fidos, how long have you studied abroad?
In Madinah, I think 1 year and a half. The first year betul COVID and then in a half lah. So yeah, 1 year and a half in Madinah.
1 year and a half.
But Firdaus has studied in Jordan before.
Sama juga lah.
That's interesting.
I was with
Fidos
Umar
has
before
studied
that
in
lah, 1 year. Dia
Jordan.
macam
So how long have
tukar
you
dia.
studied in Jordan?
Jordan 1 tahun lah.
2 tahun. Oh, okay.
But Umar has
See.
more experience in Jordan lah, insyaAllah.
MashaAllah. Okay, I see. Okay, so let me touch on something in depth lah. So it's more on ibadah. So how do you have ample time to do extra ibadah? Example like tarawih, or maybe like qiyamul when you are a student of overseas. So let's start off with anyone ready to answer the question? Okay, so let's start off with Diana lah. So
Okay,
so
can you repeat the question again?
okay, how do you have ample time to do extra ibadah like tarawih when you're
Okay.
overseas? Yeah.
I think
And actually, how is tarawih look
sorry.
like in overseas?
How what? Sorry.
How is tarawih look like in overseas? But yeah, just answer the first question first lah.
I think being in Malaysia, alhamdulillah, like living in a dorm, so you don't really have much distractions in terms of like maybe family commitments or your friends ajaking you to makan out. Okay, that's for my situation lah, like my secondary school friends. Usually if I'm in Singapore, they will like, ajak me out to makan, or my poly friends. But because like I'm in Malaysia, so everybody's focused in their own studies, and then like since time Ramadan, so because of that, there's like this synergy and atmosphere to be like, we should practice more and then do more ibadah. So time for Tarawih, at my like we call the dorms mahala. So each mahala for the girls there's a surah. So every night that you can go to the surah to perform Tarawih together. And so that's one of the ways. And then secondly, like because UIA, in the middle of UIA there's actually a masjid. It's central to everything lah. So if you want to go masjid also okay. So yeah, you just have to plan your time, and plus because there's less distraction, it's more of like you and yourself and knowing what you can do with your time. You just have to make effort, and the people around you plays a part. So do make friends with those who want to do more ibadah and practice. Yeah.
Okay. So what is tarawih look like in overseas? So usually there's a place lah. Kira they call it mahala. So they gather for mahala.
So mahala is just a dorm. We just
dorm.
call the dorm. Yeah, the dorm is called
So that
mahala.
is all for ladies, or is it?
So there's mahala lelaki, mahala perempuan. So for the girls dorm, so each, because there's different, how do I call it? Different Okay, macam blok.
Section,
Bukan blok. Bukan. Okay, macam...
blok, dom-dom
macam-
gitu.
Yes, I don't know how to describe it. Like, okay.
Is it like
Okay,
surau?
tak, it's like it's in like one dorm because the girls have different types of dorm. There's like a cluster. So like a cluster of dorms. So they'll call it like one mahala. So mahala Asia. Then another cluster will be like mahala Amina. So gitu. So
Interesting.
like one cluster will have like one surau.
Uh-huh.
And I think the good thing is like because they will invite imams over. I think so the girls, there'll be a lot of girls, then there'll be like imam leading at the surau. Yeah.
That's interesting. So you are
And
from which cluster?
I'm from the cluster Mahala Asia.
Asia. Oh, Mahala
Yeah.
Asia. So there's Mahala Asia and another one is Mahala?
There's actually a few more, but but
Oh.
example there's like Mahala Amina, there's Mahala Halima, so different.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Singapore also we have cluster.
Yes. Oh yeah, the Northeast cluster.
No.
Right.
COVID
No.
clusters.
Allah, okay.
But
Okay.
alhamdulillah, things have eased lah. Yeah, things have eased. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you so much. Okay, that's interesting. Really, thank you for the wonderful experience lah about how Tarawih looks like and the ample time to do extra ibadah. What about Umay? Do share us about your experience.
This year Tarawih is quite more active. I'm more active lah. Kira during my first year I was still like I wasn't more outgoing last time. During my first year I spent my first Ramadan here.
Mhm.
So when my friends were here, I followed them to the masjid. But during I think the second half, I think most of the students went back. So there were only, I think, a few. I was the only one in my house. Like all my other housemates, they went back. So like, I didn't have like the.
So have you Tarawih before at like Masjid
Yeah.
Garden? How is the feeling like? How does it look like? 20 rakaat?
Some mosques they do 20 rakats and some they do 8.
Okay lah. For Singapore we do 8 rakaat. Yeah, just
I
sharing.
think I will just pray 8 rakats.
Yeah. Okay. They come back Singapore lah.
No, they have.
They have also. Okay. Can. 8 rakaat then witir. Okay. Settle.
Yeah.
Okay. It's an interesting experience for you. Okay. What about Amatullah? Share your experience.
For Tarawih, it depends on my schedule lah. But most of the time, I try to Tarawih dekat the masjid. And actually, what I do with my roommate is that we initiate masjid hopping. So we go from masjid to masjid to experience the different vibes, the different qari, and the different qari. Looking for Mishari, but unfortunately not.
Kirim salam to Mishari.
InsyaAllah. Kalau dekat Singapore 8 rakaat for most masjid, right? It's the same here. I think for most of the masjid that I went to, it's 8 rakaat and then witir. And the interesting thing about witir, right? Kalau dekat Singapore is 2 rakaat, lepas tu 1 rakaat witir kan. Tapi some masjid here they practice terus 3 rakaat, like
interesting.
terus 3 rakaat. And also
witir.
kunut. Yes, and they also do kunut from the first day of Ramadan. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful experience. Okay, interesting. Wait, and some more, the thing is you experience in quite 8 years study abroad. So these things are actually like dah biasa. These things are you already comfortable with.
I can say that, but at the same time, actually, last time when I was in high school, the dorm was a bit strict, so we weren't allowed to go to mosques when I was in high school. So this is actually the first Ramadan that I really experienced it firsthand. Yeah, full blast like that. Yeah.
Okay, good. I see. Interesting experience. Okay, good. Thank you for sharing. All right. So lastly, Firdaus, Please do share your
Assalamualaikum.
experience. Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, so for me, like my schedule is I go Masjid Nabawi, but on a weekly basis. And the reason I do that because the jam pasal like during Ramadan the jam is like tak boleh bawa bincang punya jam kan. So like you keluar,
Dia
you
macam
istighfar, you
jam
keluar
dia
istighfar.
JB
Tak
Jam kat
tahulah,
JB.
dia macam you just keluar, you just banyak istighfar. So macam kalau banyak berdosa
Oh.
datang sini, so nanti bila jam tu banyak
Oh,
istighfar.
okay.
Tadi kita ada bas nama dia Sakko. Dia macam SBS lah kat Singapore. Dia macam SMRT lah. So all you need is like a card. I don't have the card with me right now. Dia macam ada EZ-Link card. Habis you tap, dia dah to and fro. So that's like bila balik tu just tunjuk, tak payah tap.
For
Tapi
Madinah
wasted
student,
dia
is it for student? Okay.
tak, everyone lah. So just tap at dia ada macam pergi punya tempat. Lepas tu dia daripada Nabawi ada macam balik ke tempat. So bila nak balik, you just show the card, you don't have to tap again.
Okay.
So that's Nabawi. But kalau tak pergi Nabawi, then I will just usually go to like the neighborhood mosque. They do 8 rakaat lah. Kalau Nabawi 10 rakaat. Kalau 10 plus weekday 3 lah, 13.
Okay.
Tapi kalau nak betul-betul fast game, pergi sekolah. Dia by 9:30 dia dah habis lah.
Okay. Wow, interesting. Just a curious question. Have you semasa Ramadan, have you been to Masjidil Haram to Tarawih?
Masjidil Haram kat Mekah.
Mekah, yes.
Itu insyaAllah doakan insyaAllah. Maybe next week ke, tak tahu next week.
I mean, it's like might as well kan dari Madinah pergi.
InsyaAllah kalau ada rezeki. Kena bayar pasnya.
Kena bayar. Okay, sesiapa yang nak sumbangan, berilah.
Jangan. Pakai duit sendiri.
Kesian dia. Tengok, ada orang kata juga Ustaz Firdaus menajuk dengan Jordan, dia lari ke Madinah.
Tak ada. Bukan.
Ni Faiz Indra dia kata.
Happy je dengan Umay. Alhamdulillah. Sedih kena tinggalkan Jun.
Sebenarnya Umay kena pergi Madinah ke? Memang kat Jordan. Okay. I see. Ni, why is it Tarawih at SHAS? Capital SHAS. Anyone know Tarawih at SHAS? The comments, they say Tarawih at SHAS. Don't know. I also don't know. So, salam from Jordan, from Fatima Azara. Salam. And Ustaz Umay selalu buka di mana? Okay, so this is question for Ustaz Umay. So, silakan. Selalu buka di mana? During the fasting. Buka rumah. Okay. Buka rumah. So, buka rumah soalnya buka pintu,
semalam first time buka luar.
Pintu. Buka luar. Tak. Tadi I just ask, buka pintu ke tutup pintu? Buka tingkap ke tutup tingkap? Tak apalah. Buka rumah ya. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so that is very, I mean, this is a wonderful experience, quite long, the sharing actually. And very interesting, especially from actually different countries. I don't want to share, but I mean, all of you are Singapore students, so you guys don't know how it feels to be traveled at Singapore. So don't need to share lah. So actually, I want to know, how do you spend your free time or your time as a student overseas during the fasting month? So for Firdaus, you may start first. So how do you
spend my free time? Free time.
During the fasting month.
I would like to say study, but that's a bit macam terlalu boyo sangat.
Very studious, are you?
Very studious, tak lah. Because our free time is like subuh until school, after school until maghrib, and then after tarawih is ala sya'nikum lah, up to you. Jadi usually I would either belajar, kalau tak belajar main game lah. Kalau tak tidur. Pasal dekat Saudi sekarang, I don't know if Squid ni weather sama ke tak, tapi kira macam dia punya panas macam tengah panas, macam if you go out of the house kan, you just nak tidur. So like I go out, I just want to go to masjid, but then I go back, I just sleep.
You like feel the tiredness
dia betul-betul panasnya.
What about Amatullah?
Sorry, the question is it free time or just time in general?
Can be both lah, free time and time in general.
Oh, okay. Kalau apa ni, kalau time in general, I would say it's like any other day dekat Ramadan. I heard like some places like Jordan, the classes shorten the time, like the time duration period is shortened, right?
Wah,
But for us,
so good.
sorry, I tercakap benda pasal Jordan pula. So sorry. Kalau dekat Kuwait,
Oh,
kalau
okay,
dekat
okay.
Kuwait, apa ni, the time period is the same, but classes after 5 p.m. would be online instead of on campus. So I would say I just spend it like any other day. I go to my classes and sometimes I balik rumah pun a bit lambat because of the classes. And then tarawih, and yeah, kalau free time, I would love to have free time. Tapi sekarang ni
Wah,
it's
very busy
a bit busy because it's exam period, it's midterms, midterm period actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, just okay, another question lah. How do you cope with examination, especially during the fasting month, especially student overseas? Yeah, how do you cope with it?
How do I cope? It's honestly a matter of time management lah, because it's a bit
That's true,
macam
true.
busy with school assignments and midterms, then tarawih. So it's managing your time, finding the time to do. I'm also putting priorities lah. Yeah.
Okay, Masya Allah very busy Some more masjid hopping lagi.
Doakan.
First Ramadan.
Aduh.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, wow, that's a interesting sharing Okay, so when she mentioned about Jordan, so Umay, how do you spend your free time or your time as a student overseas during the fasting month especially?
Student, my classes usually is around, some classes are 1 hour 30 and some are 1 hour. So the 1 hour 30 classes, they shorten it to 1 hour. And
Wow, I see.
the 1 hour classes, they shorten it to, I think, 40 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So actually in one day, how many class you have?
Some days I have only one class. And
Wow.
some
That's
I
a
have
lot of time you have.
4 class.
Some have 4 class. So each class around roughly 1 hour and 30 minutes. But it shortens up to like 1 hour, 40 minutes,
Yeah, around 40 minutes.
sometimes. But
Yeah.
it's good lah. I think it seems to me that you have a lot of free time lah. So how do you, have the ample time? Like
My
what do you
free
do?
time,
Your free time.
I think after Subuh, I think I try to read a few pages Quran and get some rest before going to school.
Okay. Interesting.
Then after school also, I will try to get a bit rest.
Yeah, you need rest Like Amatullah, she jarang rest, never rest. Yeah, busy. Ustaz Firdaus, he knows what is planned. Now I don't know where is Diana. So
Dekat
inshallah
dekat
Diana
comment
will
section ada orang
He
cakap phone
said
dia overheating.
Diana's phone overheating.
apa? Diana phone
Phone
overheating.
overheating.
Oh, using
I
phone.
think she might use a laptop or something. Tengok.
Okay. Alright. Inshallah Diana will come back soon. I will hold that question for her. Okay, so thank you Umay for that wonderful question. For that that sharing for about how you spend time. So do you play game?
Me?
Yeah. Do you play game?
I don't play games much.
Really? Never play game with Firdaus
I think we're pending.
Pending Oh. Okay.
Like
Amatullah, do you play game?
taking a break.
Do you play game?
No, I
No
don't.
Aman. It's okay. Inshallah, may all of this your effort benefit lah. And especially in the month of Ramadan, like you have extra time or extra ibadah. So inshallah, you may benefit lah. So actually, for another question, it's about Qiyamul how is Qiyamul looks like in overseas, especially in this pandemic? And from Singapore, we actually have Qiyamul but we are prohibited not to sleep in the masjid. So we have to go to the masjid itself at a certain timing lah. So is there how does it look like in Qiyamul in the masjid? Is there people can people sleep there or they need to go there to the mosque to Qiyam? So how does Qiyam look like in overseas? So this question is for Amatullah. So how does Qiyam look like in overseas?
Okay, to be frankly honest, I haven't
Mm.
done qiyam in the masjid dekat Kuwait
Have you heard
because
from anybody? Have you heard from anybody?
no, not that I can remember of.
Mm.
Yeah, I think mostly because most of my friends are students as well. It's a bit hard to uh go to like masjid and then spend the night there.
Mm. Okay.
But if you are talking about like things in the pandemic, right? Kat sini macam like you said dekat Singapore tak boleh tidur dekat masjid, then there are certain procedures that you need to do before entering the masjid. I think Kuwait right now is practicing the like no COVID life, so masks are not
Whoa.
compulsory.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
masks
That's
are
good.
not compulsory. Yeah. You can enter without the QR code
Is
or
it
no safe distancing gitu.
oh, good lah, good.
Yeah.
Curious question Kuwait VTL lah. Kuwait VTL.
From what I know, no.
Alamak, baru nak pergi. Cause no mask, no COVID. Okay lah. But alhamdulillah, I mean like no COVID restrictions or what lah. But okay lah, good lah. So
At your own risk lah. Yeah.
oh, but do you still wear mask outside in Kuwait?
I try to, yes, pakai mask when especially in crowded places lah. But outside when there's like nobody around, I don't think it's kat Singapore pun sekarang it's optional, right? Outside wearing mask, yeah.
Yeah. Now optional lah. Outdoor in the lift need to
Outdoor.
wear. Then outdoor don't need to wear. Then go the lift. I don't know lah. Very confusing. At home need to wear. No, they say indoor need to wear mask. Outdoor don't need to wear mask. No, I'm
Shabby, you want
indoor.
to wear your mask at home for what?
So no lah. I mean, okay lah. It's just confusing. That's the first point lah. Like macam the like first part of the infographic lah. So yeah, confusing. But yeah, if Kuwait is VTL right, I will go there because no COVID right. But thank you, Ahmad. Okay, so Firdaus. So what about you?
Qiyamul it's not open yet, but they have been word going around that you can register to Qiyam dekat Nabawi dengan Masjid Haram, but you need to like book. And I think it's like the last 10 nights lah. But I'm still searching on like how dia punya procedure untuk book and such lah. Gitu.
Okay, interesting. Must wear mask
Oh, dekat Masjid Nabawi, actually by default kena pakai lah. Tapi macam own self own check apa tu cakap?
But Madinah VTL juga kan?
VTL.
Kira
boleh pergi kira boleh sekarang actually dia punya rule is outdoor no mask, indoor mask. Tapi nampaknya macam apa tu? Macam tak ada beza juga indoor outdoor.
Oh, betul lah. So just not wearing the mask at your own days lah. Okay, Umay, how does it look like for how Qiyam look like for your overseas?
For Qiyam, I haven't experienced it also. Haven't tried to Qiyam. Yeah, at home lah. Mostly at home.
Have you heard from your friends that Qiyam at Masjid in Jordan?
No, I don't think so. Usually, I think my friends also Qiyam at home.
Okay, so Diana is trying to open on the laptop. Okay, so the mind is okay. Let's just let Diana open her laptop. Okay. Oh, got comment Ayam lemak masak gathering sedap dari Jordan, Fatimah Azhara. Betul Betul. Ayam lemak masak gathering sedap. Wah, masih boleh masak dekat ni Jordan. Dahsyat So brings me to another question Have you ever cooked your favorite Singaporean dish during the month of Ramadan? Was it difficult to find the ingredients? Okay, so that's the first question lah. So Omai, have you ever cooked your favorite Singaporean dish in Jordan?
think ayam lemak, one of my favorite dish.
Ayam lemak, you cook ah? Wah, dahsyat lah. This one, father figure, husband figure. Ayam lemak masak, wah, ayam lemak. Wah. Ayam lemak masak gathering sedap sih. With nasi. So how do you find ingredients? Is it very hard to find ingredients?
I think most of the ingredients are already here. I think just some
Oh, the
some
rempah
I will
all.
ask if any of my friends they have or not. If they have
Sorry.
any of the ingredients, I will ask some of my friends. They have any of the
Kira bawa
ingredients.
dari Singapore lah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's why the comment section they say ayam lemak masak gathering sedap. Oh, so they gather.
We have
They
gathering.
put out the ingredients.
Different
They get-
houses cook different dishes.
Oh, okay. Wah, different houses cook different dishes.
Yeah.
Gather. Okay, gang. Let's cook ayam lemak masak. Okay,
No,
okay.
no.
Okay, so okay, hold on. Let me add Diana. Hi, Diana.
Sorry guys, just now my phone overheated.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Okay, so actually we skip one question lah. So okay, this is question slowly for you lah. How is Kiam in overseas in Malaysia, like especially in pandemic, right? In Singapore, we cannot even sleep in the masjid. We have to go there and Kiam at a certain timing lah. How is Kiam at Malaysia in masjid? In overseas.
I think like I've never experienced it like overseas at the masjid. Usually it's like in the room aja. For me personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So have
Yeah,
you
but
heard of
maybe
any of your friend that Kiam in the masjid?
I think it's gonna be like maybe like the last 10 nights gitu, then there's
Okay.
gonna be more activity. Yeah.
Is there booking need to be done?
Booking no. In Malaysia no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
But need
oh,
to
yeah.
have like My Sejahtera, then you have to check in lah.
Oh, My Sejahtera. Alamak, I haven't downloaded My Sejahtera yet. Okay lah, insyaAllah. Oh, there's a comment section they say welcome back di. Okay, oh mashallah di. Welcome back. Your phone overheating just now. Is it?
Yeah, it overheated. So like it
Okay lah.
just closed. You said like I had 30 apps in my background, which I didn't
Oh,
know.
that's a lot.
So
Easy.
so
Easy.
yeah. Tu lah. Okay lah. Now I know.
Oh, okay. See. So okay. So how have I asked you this question? How do you spend your time as a student of overseas during the month of Ramadan or your free time?
Oh, I think I went out already.
Oh, okay, yeah. You can
Yeah,
share your
okay.
experience lah. Yeah.
So for me, like what I did in like the first few days of Ramadan is like going to the library more, because in the library there's aircon. So
Wow.
it's to
You're
do
very
more work.
studious. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
To do more work,
Good.
but also macam boleh nap also gitu. But yeah,
Boleh apa? Boleh
nap,
network.
nap.
Oh, see
Yeah.
Firdaus. See Diana, she very studious dulu. Go library.
Yes, be
Because
studious.
because Firdaus mentioned that he study lah, but he don't want to mention that he study. Yeah. So but
I
mashallah
see.
Diana is studious.
Thank you.
So okay. Boy, interesting. How's the library macam nak kena scan juga? Is it have to scan with My Sejahtera app?
Yeah, you have to scan kat luar, but then it's nice for me. Like it has 4 levels. And then usually I'll study at the 4th
They
level.
don't bother you when you are napping. Like they don't
No.
disturb you. Wow.
Because UIA punya library is segregated as well. So like girls one side, guys
Oh,
one
your
side.
school library. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, the school library. Oh, I thought the library outside.
Oh, tak. UIA.
Oh. So there's a lot of students there studying, and also is there lecturers like making a study group session, small?
Not from what I see, but then like cause it's easy to go to the library and accessible, and then plus like if you nak solat pun you can solat there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for the experience for sharing it. Okay, so actually, when Diana enter, actually there's this the question that we asked Umay. Is it about the ayam masak lemak? Correct right? The ayam masak lemak, ayam masak lemak yang
Pernah
correct.
masak overseas ke tak?
Pernah masak
Ayam
overseas ke
lemak
tak?
cili padi.
Cili padi. How the rating? You cook right? Okay, so the
I'm
question
supposed to
is
rate it?
actually, okay, let me just repeat the question for Diana. So have you ever cooked your favorite Singaporean dish overseas? And was it difficult to find ingredients? So for Umay, how do you find the ingredients?
I asked from some of the ingredients are already here, but I think some minor ingredients can ask from
So
my friends.
so for the secret ingredient macam like rempah-rempah semua have to import lah. Is it
I think you can ask around.
macam Ashura paste, macam apa paste kan? Kan. Okay, so next up for Amatullah. So Ama, so have you cooked your favorite Singaporean dish?
My favorite, like I said, the sambal tumis udang a
Sambal
bit
tumis,
hard
right?
to do. Yeah.
Oh. Was it the
But
ingredient?
I think more of the process lah. It's a bit tedious, right, to masak. So, tapi macam I did try to cook kari ayam, buttermilk chicken.
Wah,
So, yeah.
kari ayam buttermilk chicken. Wah, dahsyat, Masya Allah. Dahsyat. Kan,
Yeah.
so this one can become chef lah InsyaAllah. So you usually share with your housemate Hey, is it you live with your housemate or your roommate for
Roommate, yeah.
roommate?
Yeah.
How do you cook?
We so kalau for our dormitory, because I live in a dormitory, ada tempat masak lah. Yeah. For each level, there's a kitchen, shared kitchen. And the ingredients actually for here in Kuwait, Alhamdulillah, there are few Asian supermarkets. So ingredients are quite
Wow.
accessible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So what about the like rempah-rempah, the ingredient?
Some rempah I brought from Singapore, but some others, actually I was shocked to see that they were available here in the Asian supermarkets. Yeah.
MashaAllah. Okay, interesting. Okay, so there's a shared kitchen lah. So
Yes, correct.
so the prawn is from the supermarket. You never catch the prawn by yourself lah. So
Yeah.
cause I just curious lah, wonder how does the prawn in Kuwait taste like rather than in Singapore? Who knows it tastes nice, like better than Singapore. Okay lah,
Tak
Alhamdulillah.
lah, Singaporenya lagi nice lah.
Singapore lagi nice. Oh, mana tahu
Because
pakai
from my
tiger
mom,
prawn ke. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, your mom. Yes. Okay lah. Okay. So when are you going back to Singapore? We can visit you, Raya visiting. Lah,
Raya here lah.
all of us
Raya in
overseas lah. Okay. Oh yeah, actually, just a curious question. Actually, for later on. How often do you come back to Singapore?
Is
For
this a question right now or?
yeah, right now.
Okay. How often? So, it will be once a year in the summer holiday period. So usually June to August or September. That's when the summer holidays are. So I would go back usually that time lah. I think it's the same for Firdaus also, right? And Umair. That June to
So
August window.
for Arab countries, they are like that. The summer holidays, it's the same, quite similar. Is that
I
why?
think
Dia sama je.
The summer. Oh,
Dia sama je.
summer. Oh, summer holidays. Yeah. Oh yeah. I get it. Cause it's same summer. Okay. Not bad. Okay, good. Okay lah, Widows. Impressive lah. Okay, but for you, okay, now next. Start Widows, silakan. Share. Have you ever
Tanya
cooked
Diana
your
dulu.
favorite
Okay.
Tanya
Alright,
Diana.
manage.
Can ask Diana first lah. Okay, Diana, have you ever cooked your favorite dish? Singaporean dish?
Cook my favorite dish. Cause like in the dorms, right, you cannot cook for like we don't have like any facility like macam
Tak ada multi cooking, tak ada. Oh, don't have.
Oh, that one you can lah, tapi you have the risk of getting compounded, which is like if they do like the random checks and then they see like you have pot like in your room, right? Then you can get compound like for 50 ringgit gitu. Yeah. So it's like up to your, yeah. So but for me, I was able to cook a bit because like I have a friend who's rented like an apartment, so I go there to like cook lah. Like only once for
So
now lah, yeah.
what dish?
Udon goreng. I don't know if it's a
Udon goreng.
Singaporean. Yeah,
But it's nice. Like udon goreng,
yeah,
Wah,
udon
good
goreng.
Ramen, have you ever cook ramen
Ramen
before?
I've not yet tried.
Udon ramen. Oh, okay.
Not yet tried. I did cook also like not pasta, like creamy mushroom with
Oh, creamy
pasta.
mushroom pasta. I see. Wow, nice, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, thank you for the sharing. Later, some of you can share recipe cooking recipe. So, Firdaus, so your turn. Share your experience.
The reason I asked Diana first because our situation is similar. Because like
Oh,
here also cannot cook inside the dorm. So
okay.
dia ada
Situation
dapur.
similar like you guys cook together.
Tak, dia kira macam no, mana boleh. Dia punya
I mean,
dia kira,
cook the same dish, is it? No, it's not the same situation.
So dia punya dorm macam same rule lah, similar. If you live in a dorm, you cannot cook in the dorm. You have to go to the kitchen lah. But the difference is I got kitchen lah. So
Kitchen kat belakang
I have
Yeah.
and not behind here, like I have to like go out that door, go here. Gitulah. Dia
It's a
macam
shared
gini
kitchen Is it a shared kitchen?
Shared kitchen. Every level ada dua shared kitchen. So far pernah masak, orang masakkan saya adalah saya tak masak lah. My friend
so dia jadi
that time I
tukang masak
invite
lah.
tak, that time I invited my friend for like do homework together, and then
makan,
he cooked for me tom yum Thailand. Sedap weh.
Oh, sedap Macam mana? How do you find the ingredient? Was it
Dia
difficult?
bawa actually we have a bakola Indonesia kat belakang. So we just have to go out and we have like if you want maybe lah cili kering, sambal, bumbu, teh, any Indonesian stuff, inshallah you can find there. So
Just
tapi my friend he brought the pizza from Thailand lah.
Oh, wow, from Thailand. So he's from Thailand lah.
Kelantan.
Kelantan. Oh yeah, come to think of it, actually Malaysia has a lot of ingredients, right? So it was not difficult to find the ingredient. Is it right? Yeah. Oh, okay. It's good lah actually.
Ada giant.
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
Giant the same lah, Singapore Giant. Oh, but it's good lah. Actually, you have the similar, you have the same Giant supermarket. So it's easier to reminisce like your favorite cooking dish lah. So after this, confirm semua orang nak ni lah boleh share cooking recipe. I think in the comment section pun semua nak kan. Okay, so dalam comment section pun ada kata Ustaz Firdaus pun studious, Masya Allah. 10 out of 10 of course. Dia dekat Jordan mostly ingredients. Okay. So Ustaz Firdaus pun pandai masak juga. Oh, banyak juga Zasu, Di, you masak tempe tak? Masak tempe. Oh, ada masak tempe Ni memang staple food
Belum.
Ni
siapa tanya ni?
Oh, ni Zasu.
Zasu.
Zasoo. Okay, so Zasu also belum Okay. But Zasu ask a question. So, how many hours of fasting in your respective countries? Oh, it's a good question. Okay, so let's calculate lah. How many hours of fasting in your respective countries? So for Singapore, subuh.
Semua kira.
Kira. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So for Singapore about 11 hours.
Sekejap tu.
Sekejap? Okay.
Sekejap
for how long was
14. Like Aman ni lah macam kita orang macam college country, so dia macam ada that same time
sama
period.
14.
Oh, sama. Umai dengan Aman.
Cuma Jordan dia dekat atas sikit lah. Dia orang atas.
Oh, dia orang atas lah. 14 hours But for Diana is 11 hours lah. 11 to 12 hours lah. Okay, interesting. Okay, so another by Adnin Siddiq. I think this is your adik Firdaus Tarawih kat Masjid An-Nabawi best tak? Of course best. I mean I answered that but I want to know from you also
Dia tengok imam juga I mean like tak semestinya imam lain tak best, like the feeling there is best,
I
tapi
see.
like dia punya apa tu, kadang-kadang like we have like our own taste lah. Ada orang suka Mishari, ada orang suka sama juga lah dekat Nabawi. Like sometimes I prefer personally like Waijan lah. Syekh Waijan is the best lah for me.
Wow, okay. Masya-Allah. Okay, so yang Zasu tu is actually Zakia. Zakia here dia cakap lah. Okay lah. So Diana, you message her lah. Si Zakia ni. Okay, so actually we have another question from the comment section from Fatima Azara. Boleh share on best overseas fasting experience that you cannot get in Singapore? What a wonderful, amazing moment in fasting in overseas. Other than the long hours lah, but yeah, you know what you cannot get in Singapore. Is it because of the bazaar? Yeah, or is it because of the who knows? I don't know. Is it because of the Tarawih, the masjid, the people out there, the environment? So what is the best, experience that you get that you cannot even experience in Singapore? Okay, so let's start with Diana. So can would you like to start?
Ask Umair.
Umair, okay, Umair. Alright, Umair, you are ready.
Why?
Start already.
No.
Okay, proceed. Okay,
Best.
so experience that you can get that you cannot get in Singapore. What's the best experience of fasting in overseas?
Fasting in Singapore. That you cannot get in Singapore. I'm not sure.
Is it because of friends?
Yeah, maybe friends.
Friends,
Kira you buka with your friends around you.
Your friends. There's just a big freedom,
Yeah.
But okay, I see. What else? What is the best experience for you?
I think you buka with your friends like every day, mostly.
Have you missed your? I mean, confirm you feel homesick, right? So have you ever felt like I buka with my friend, I also want to buka with family. So have you like felt that before? That feeling of like rindu sangat
Like,
dengan family.
I think I try to adapt.
Adapt.
Yeah.
So for you, the best moment experience ever that you cannot get in Singapore was with buka with friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every day lah. Kira
Every day,
sometimes you can buka with your friends in Singapore also, but this time it's like the whole month.
So like actually true lah, because like your
And
friends
you can
also
cook
are
with your
included, right?
friends. Yeah.
Cook with your friend. So what about Amma? What's your best experience?
I think the vibes lah, the kind Arab country, I feel like the vibes a bit different from Singapore. Because majority here Muslim, right? Muslim and Arab. So everywhere you see semua orang puasa, and then like you jalan sekolah, the security guard, he would be reciting the Quran. Macam just the overall vibes. I think also I can relate to Umair in the sense where every day is like with friends, right? So even when we were if I were to cook in the shared kitchen, I would be cooking with my friends from because I live in an international dorm. So it's like all over the world. So I would have my seniors from Senegal, from Somalia. They would be like teaching me and guiding me how to cook.
Yeah, it's international. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah. So like you have friends from all over the world actually.
Yes.
Can say that lah actually. So like their accent in a way also like feel like international rasa-rasanya gitu. But yeah, it's good lah. It's a good moment lah. The vibe itself lah. Yeah. I mean and also 8 years in Kuwait. This is a very longer abroad lah. I mean the longer years of studying abroad. Thank you for sharing. So for Fidaus,
I shared a similar experience, I guess, like having privilege here. Macam contohnya like the people around you are Muslims as well and Arabs. Although they have a different culture, but for example, like most like you live your day with people who also fast. So macam you don't really have to face challenges. Tapi that sound a bit privileged, but for me like it's a privilege that I would treasure lah for now lah. So that when I go back to Singapore and then I face some challenges again, I will just remember that dia macam fadhkuru ni'mah lah. Macam kita ingat balik nikmat yang kita ada lah. And pada siapa yang melihat untuk mencakap insyaAllah jugalah, insyaAllah.
Okay, wonderful. InsyaAllah. I also want to break fast with you at Madinah.
Datang. Boleh.
InsyaAllah.
Next week lah jumpa.
Next week. Alamak.
Busy
Visa belum lagi start lah visa. Renew pasport belum. Sekejap ya. Boleh sempat kat renew pasport? Tak tahu lah boleh. Sekarang demanding.
Apa bicara insyaAllah.
Okay, boleh. Okay, InsyaAllah. Diana, what about you?
Hello.
Yeah, so what's your best experience?
My best experience actually in this Ramadan, the one thing that I can remember is when I was walking down, and the masjid I was exiting, going back to my mahalla. But then I had to cross through the masjid. Then they were doing like a bubur everybody, like a lot of people lah, like putting bubur inside the
bubur distribution.
Bubur distribution. I don't think it's every day. I think that day was a bit special, but I don't know why. So
bubur dia sedap.
Sedap. Yeah, and then they got this pakcik, he was like this pakcik was like, dek come here. And I was like, oh apa? Then he say ambil satu je. Not satu, ambil je. Then after that, so I just then I took one and I was like, alhamdulillah. Then so I was feeling that day I was feeling quite macam like nak buka apa on I was alone also. So like alhamdulillah that was like a rezeki lah to buka bubur. Yeah.
Nanti kalau pakcik tu cakap ambil satu je, then you ask pakcik ambil satu je, dua tak boleh. Gitu pakcik pun macam ambil lah dek, dua je tak apalah. Zasu dia cakap tau, nanti masak lontong dan lauk boleh. Nanti masak lontong dan lauk. Actually, there's a question for you lah. SG and Malaysia got differences, man. I don't know what this question from Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
the
nice.
SG and Malaysia got difference. Yeah, like what they mentioned as well, like Firdaus Amatullah, and I don't know if Umar mentioned it, but then about being the majority is Muslims. Then just the fact that everyone around you is like puasa, and then I think
So
for
like
my
you-
mahal,
yeah. So like you feel like the unity, the bond lah, because all around you are Muslims. So especially in Singapore, very diverse. Like.
I mean,
But
like
it's
both situations are good. But like from what I've seen in my time in Malaysia, is like for my dorm especially, at 10 p.m. then in the speakers they will play like Surah Al-Mulk, which is like you wouldn't get that in Singapore gitu.
Yeah.
So like treasuring the small pieces. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Just a curious question lah. For azan, right?
Yes.
Actually, for Muslim countries, they will be
Yeah.
mandang out loud, right? For the
Yeah, out
whole
loud.
country,
So
right?
yeah, so
Singapore
I
don't
will
have.
yeah, sadly don't have,
Just a
but
bit,
yeah, that's
Sadly
that's
don't
also one of the best things lah. Boleh dengar azan.
Kalau subuh dia dah azan, kita tak ada excuse nak bangun. Tak ada excuse, tak boleh bangun. Right? There's no excuse to waking up subuh, you know. Of not waking up subuh because the azan is there already subuh. So actually, when I was in Indonesia, the azan was out loud lah, like berkumandang lah. So when subuh, Allahu Akbar, I woke up, alamak, subuh lah ni. So I have to wake up lah. I mean, there's no excuse for me to not to wake up lah. But alhamdulillah, the vibe is there, the environment is mashallah. Really, I miss that vibe itself lah, because all over, the environment itself is all Muslims. So you have the unity in the bond itself lah. Inshallah. So actually, there's this last question before we close up for this live session. So, what are the challenges that you face during the month of Ramadan as a student of overseas? Okay, so let's start off with Firdaus. Sorry, minum sekejap
Boleh. Sila.
Boleh.
Okay, boleh. The challenges for me, actually I was happy that you didn't ask me about the time management challenge because because this is my first Ramadan here, so I'm actually quite new to like the timing here lah, like bila dia buka puasa, bila dia sahur, like, and mind you, like the sahur was like very every day semakin awal. So like every day you have to keep on bangun. And dia bukan makin awal macam Singapore kan, makin awal macam 1 minute kan. Ni dia tak boleh bawa bincang kau, dia macam 10 minit yang makin awal gitu. Macam tiba episode dah 4:40. So that time I was like tengah sahur kan, just short story. Sekali tengah nak minum air, habis member cakap, dah nak kat azan lah. So, tak perasan lah.
Wah.
Jadi for me time management is quite a challenge because for now lah, because I think it's like my first Ramadan here, right? So I'm still like trying to organize my time, when to tidur, when to qiyam, when to study and such lah, insyaAllah lah.
Okay, for Amma, for you, what are the challenges?
InsyaAllah kalau Ramadan lagi next year, boleh lagi better.
Okay, insyaAllah. Jemput saya pula. Okay, for Amma, sorry, Amatullah.
Yeah, I relate to Firdaus lah. I think the main challenge is time management because sama macam Medina, Kuwait also every day the sahur is getting earlier and earlier. And actually one thing also, because I live in a dorm, right? We actually have to check attendance a curfew like that by a certain time. So that curfew time is 11:30 p.m. So you need to be awake and sign your name at 11:30. So between 11:30 and that 3 a.m. it's like a small window to sleep. So yeah, it's a bit so it's a bit tiring at times because habis kalau like sekarang like midterm period, it's a bit hard also, juggling that and studying. So time management is definitely the
especially
main
you are
challenge.
busy, right? You're currently very busy with your all of the commitments. So
I think all
inshallah
students are busy lah.
all students. For
all students are busy.
Okay, so okay lah, interesting lah for all students lah. But for Umai, dengar kelas habis awal kan? So macam mana ni? So
kelas habis awal tadi masih penat lah.
Masih penat. Okay, faham. So what are the challenges faced during the month of Ramadan for you in Jordan?
I think sama dengan Firdaus dengan Ahmadullah. I think subuh makin lama makin siang. So I always try to wake up, I think an hour earlier. So kalau subuh sekarang pukul I think 4:45. So maybe I will wake up 3:45.
Wow, very early that one. Very early. Wow.
I will set up a lot of alarms lah.
Okay, so okay lah, it's good lah. I mean, it's tiring, especially when you're overseas. Yeah. Studying is tiring actually. Yeah. Okay, so for Diana, what about you?
I think having to adjust to the hybrid lessons, I think it's a challenge for me lah in Ramadan because sometimes the lesson 8:30 then tak boleh bangun ke. Then but yeah, then I guess it affects because you have to wake up really early, and then if you go back to sleep after like subuh, then it's hard to wake up for your maths. Yeah. I think it's a minor problem actually compared to this.
Wow, it's a minor problem, And why do you say so? I mean, like, why do you say it's a minor problem?
I don't know.
Is it because that one is longer or that one is like?
Yeah, that one seems much more harder in my opinion.
Okay lah. So thank you all for sharing all our experiences lah. Especially the month of the Ramadan, especially the month of Ramadan. There's a comment section. Yes, kalau kat Indonesia memang tak escape dari azan. According to my experience at pesantren. Yeah, of course. Yes. I cannot escape. I also cannot escape. Dah dengar azan je dah sentak kena bangun untuk subuh. Yeah, so good environment lah to have an azan all around the places lah. Okay, so 1 more hour for you guys to break fast. Okay, so without further ado, you guys can leave lah actually. And actually thank you for coming and thank you for joining this live session. It's really wonderful, insightful. I learned a lot, and especially for the audience, they learn a lot from your experience. They will like, for me, I will go to this country actually to experience Ramadan. For me, the only country that I've been for Ramadan is actually Indonesia. That's all. Yeah, so I haven't been to Arab countries, I haven't been to Malaysia, so yeah, so inshallah to these countries lah. Oh, there's a comment section dah. Ratu Shaima. Good job, Amma. Okay. So thank you so much. Okay, wonderful. Okay, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in for the live session. Do tag us for Fanzuruu Ramadan Challenge. Visit as much as most as possible and share us your IG reels in Fanzuruu IG Instagram. So thank you and have a great night. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.